welcome to the channel. Again, I've got a bit of surprise. We have got a new car to the channel. It's another used car, and I got it for a really good price. Less than half price. Less than half price. I don't have the body on it. I'm just going to put the body on it now. It's in its former state, so it still needs to have a little bit of a clean up. Let's lift it up, and it's going to be right in front of the camera, but you can't see it. But actually, it's an Xmaxx. So let me just unplug the camera if I can get it to in round. So basically, there you go. It's an Xmaxx. Let me just move this cable around here so you can get a bit of view. So that's it there. So as you can see there, body shell's it's a little bit dirty. If I can get the body shell off here, yeah, body shell. So you can see someone's put washers in it, so that's why I kind of knocked them down in price. So you can see there, and it's dirty on the inside, and it's got a few cracks here. So which is going to be my first mission, is to drywall and shoe glue this shell so I can save it a little bit longer. I had a feeling that most used Maxes now either got this back part missing or they're mashed at some point. So if someone can tell me what age this Max is, because usually you can tell by the actual patterns of the bodies, like the colour scheme and stuff like that. So, oh, that's stuck there. Stuck on it. So if I take this off, which is going to be the first mission, clean that and put the drywall tape. There's going to be parts of it where I won't be able to save it, but yeah, this is the condition of the truck. I don't know if you can see that, like if you look here. Sorry, it's a bit weird because the camera's not got any battery power, so I'm just running it off a lead. But you can see in there the cup. Can you see the cup in there? A little bit worn in there, but it's doable. It's not going to go anywhere. Just got to keep an eye on it. You can see this cup here. It's all dirty, but it's not actual rust. It's just dirt. This one's a little bit more worse for wear. It seems like when I wipe it off though, it seems to come back. So I will be taking this apart. Obviously, if it's rusty, then I'm worried about the bearings. But when I run the car, the bearings seem very good. But you know, you can't tell until you actually take the car apart. So in here, there's a couple of bits where there's a little bit of surface rust on here and there, which helped me kind of knock down the price a bit. You can see that servo horn. He's actually changed it for a different one, so I'm going to make sure that is all right. I think that should be. I'm going to put a screw on the back of that, just to give it a bit more. Just to give it a little bit more. I'll probably shorten the screw and put a nut on the back of that to make sure it doesn't pull out or anything like that. So, like I see, this is a little bit off. Usually they should be straight. I'll have a look at how the original looks and get it close to that. I want to have a look underneath here, because I haven't looked underneath there. It is actually 8S, so it's not a 6S one, which I always wanted. And yeah, it's very, it sounds exactly like my other used Max up here, which is done quite well. I've got to take the diffs out of this one, and re-oil all the diffs and re-oil the shocks, because I'm taking this out at the end of the month, hopefully. The only thing that's missing with this is, oh look, is that just broken? Is that broken? Yep, it has. Look, that is just broke. So that was lucky. So somehow I've got to repair that. I've got to poke this out. I know you can poke these little bits out and redo them and put them back in. So I'll have a look at that. It's good to see. See, this is the reason why you check things like this, because you never know what people have done. So obviously this is I'm tempted to actually change these connectors at some point. Most of my cars, I started off with Traxxas when I got back into the hobby, and everything's ended up being Traxxas connectors. But now I'm buying used cars, I noticed that I don't really have to have Traxxas connectors. I've got a Traxxas charger, but it doesn't mean that I can have a conversion for the charger as long as I use the balance lead. And the original batteries, Traxxas batteries, I can just use anyway. So I will be doing that at some point. So yeah, it's just a little bit of a walk around as a kind of it's not even an unboxing, it's just a reveal. You can see in there that it's a little bit rusty in here, and the other side's a little bit more rusty, so I might have a look at those drive cups. I've got to take the wheels off yet and have a look at them, so this will be in a later video. Maybe I'm going to deal with the body shell first, because I do have a battery. I only had one 4S bashing battery, 500 milliamps, so I've bought a second one just to match them out. And that's another thing, guys, can you put two different batteries in different sides if they're all the same, like the same C burst rate and the same milliamps, but just different makes? Like, I don't see anything on YouTube that says that, so I might have to look into that. So yeah, so today is going to be fix this, obviously fix this and solder it back on, and deal with the body shell, which I think I'm going to deal with the body shell first, because this has got to wait to dry and all that kind of stuff, and it proper needs it. I don't know if what I'm going to do is hose that down first, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose I've got to hose that down first and then drywall it. I can't really use all-purpose cleaner. I've got to get a brush on it and all that. So I'm going to go and do that outside. It's dark outside, so I'm going to do that quickly and leave that to dry, and at the same time I can deal with this. So I'll be back. I'll put you on the overhead camera again. Sorry about that. I actually now got to lower my bench down so the camera is further away from the top, which I can do. I was meant to do it at the first place, but I can lower it down. So at some point the overhead camera will be further away so you get a better view. And also I do have another camera that has this kind of side view, so I've just got to set it up. It's just been a bit lazy. All right, be back. So I'm back. I was just giving it a clean. Just going to spritz a little bit more in it and then wipe it off. So I was just giving it a clean. So they get this rag. Just wipe it all down now. can see it's a lot different now than what it was, but it's very cracky. It's like got crack here, got crack there. I don't even know how am I going to get into these bits, because I've tried it before, getting into all of these kind of like nooks and crannies, and it's been a little bit difficult. So, but got to save the pennies and get this done. So I'm going to let that dry for a bit. In fact, I don't know, shall I take all this plastic off? I should take all this plastic off first, shouldn't I? And I can really get at everything then. Yeah, let's take this all this plastic off. Now, with this truck, I'm sorry guys that I can't get this truck further away from you. I've actually got to move my bench down, so, but what I plan to do is solder that back on there. I haven't got any other connectors. I'm quite new to this, so now I've got to try and push that out. Let's try and push this out. Oh, that's nice. Got it off. There you go. So let's see if I can do this in situ, because this truck is so big. Really, I should just take the wheels off, shouldn't I? So anyway, let's get a bit of solder. Shall I get my little soldering? I've got a little soldering plank just in case I get solder on that rubber. It's a bit of this plastic just in case it spits. Right, soldering iron on. What have I got in there? Oh, that'll do. It's a bit of solder. I've got a bit of water. There you go. So I'm just going to wait for that to heat up. Yeah, it's not heated up yet. And I'm just going to have a quick look at one of these bearings. I haven't seen those on. Do you know what? That bearing's alright. It's nice. It's nice. It's just that the inner bearings. I haven't seen these clips before. Let's check the. Is that still warming up? Yeah. So we'll look at this one then. This one's got a little bit of surface rust. Yep, a little bit of surface rust. But could easily go for another. Can I get it out? No, I don't think I can I? I'll have to take this off to get it out. I mean, they need soaking in oil. They definitely need soaking in oil. But yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, it's like a little bit of surface rust. I kind of expected that. to stab my finger. So yeah, I kind of expected that. So really, I could give it a couple of more bashes, and that means I'll have to strip this one down and have a look at all the bearings to make sure it's all right, and then any surface rust on the screws, so maybe replace some of them. But even then, I don't really need to replace it. I've got to check the drive cups. Soldering iron takes ages to heat up. That's it. Just wondering if it needs any. Just obviously like that, innit? Shouldn't really solder with plastic gloves on, because it could the plastic will melt onto your fingers if you get hot solder on it. If I can get it to kind of stay on, it's not really that much. I remember soldering these before. You really are close to getting it on the notch, it won't fit. You almost have to kind of file it a little bit. It's got to be, you've got to get it dead in the right spot, like that sheathing has got to be in line with the bottom of the connector, and when these come off, really should strip it back and start again, but for some strange reason I'm not doing it. And I can't hold it, so I'm doing it on the back. Let's see what happens. I don't think I can hold it. No, I can't hold it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take the ESC out because I need to press down on it, and I can't press down on it. I need to press down on it like this and get this one out of the way. So let me just get back to you, and I'll just sort this jig out. So I managed to do it in the end. It's a nightmare. Basically I just needed to press down on it and they keep it in situ. So it overflowed a little bit on the end and I just filed it down. But what I noticed was this: you can just pull them out. So that one's done from factory, and it clicks in, but they can pull out really easy. So this one is supposed to click in. Oh, I've put the thing there now, and I've put some shrink wrap over it because the cable peeled back a little bit. So that, yeah, that clicks in. You can hear it just clicking in. But it's a bit like, yeah, you can sort of yank it to pull it out. But you see, these are at exactly the same length now, even though they're a little bit bent. It's almost like you need to pull them in from this end. Yeah, that one's definitely locked in. I'm happy with that one. But that one, so yeah, Looks like I'll have to get XT90s anyway, see what happens with that. So I'm happy with that for now. That will get me going. Night night guys. Please subscribe and click on the bell for more videos like this. So see you on the next one.